Hi, Dr. TJ Dixon here, your intuitive guide to transformation, connecting to your best life. Today's message is on taking care of you. When it comes down to really having complete wellness, one of the things that I often talk about is taking care of you. And what that looks like for each person is going to vary depending upon what that actually means to you. I find that this message is really pertinent right now because lately I have had a number of people, including myself, who have talked to me about things that they were struggling with or wanted to move to the next level. But the thing that kept coming back is that before they could do that, before they could really feel better, move to that next level, is taking care of them. Because one thing to know is you cannot pour from an empty cup. Try it. Go to your kitchen, get an empty cup and try to pour something in another cup. Nothing comes out. Or if you only have a few drops in your cup and you're trying to share that, how far can you really stretch a couple of drops of water? So you really have to pour into yourself first. You have to take care of you first. And this message is especially for people who are empathic or people who would consider themselves empaths, people who are nurturers, people who care for other people. So often, the very last person you think about taking care of is yourself. And so, saying to take care of you, that's easier said than done oftentimes. So I'm going to give you a few ideas and ways to really motivate yourself to take care of you first. And it has to be first. So, first way is if you're struggling to take care of yourself because you think that everybody else needs this help, start thinking of yourself as outside of yourself. That sounds strange, but what I mean is picture yourself as an entirely different person. Picture yourself as your child, your daughter, your friend, your coworker, that patient that you take care of, that client that you have. Picture yourself as that person. And then ask yourself, what would I do to nurture that person? That is one of the tricks I've used even for me to start taking care of myself first, because I've always been so used to taking care of kids first, taking care of my clients first, the people in my home first. That has always been in the forefront of my mind. Make sure everybody else is cared for. But when I started to see myself as one of those people outside of myself, then I began to say, oh, then if I were doing that, then I really need this, that, and the other. So that's the first thing, is take care, start to see yourself as someone outside of yourself. Second thing to do is think back to, what do you love? Sometimes when we start taking care of other people, we forget what it is that we actually love. What is it that we actually love? And when I started to take care of myself, I thought, what do I love? And it was always the other people and what they love. But no, what do I love just for me? Not as a mom, not as a coach, not as an employee, not as a daughter, not as a wife. What is it that I love? And when I start to look at that and I start to see what is it that I loved, then I began to do those things. And sometimes you have to think back all the way to your childhood before you had extra responsibilities besides yourself. What was it that you loved to do? Well, even today as I shoot this video, I'm doing one of the things that I love to do. I am outside and I am in nature, and I've always liked being outside and in nature. And so now I decided I would go outside and shoot this video. So you're probably hearing the winds, you're hearing the wind chimes going, you're probably even hearing cars driving by. But go back to what you love. I love being outside. I love feeling the warmth of the sun on my skin. Start doing that. The other thing you can you can do to take care of you is to move, but move your way. A lot of people like to call it exercise. I kind of stay away from the exercise word because what you like to do, maybe it's not exactly exercise. Maybe you really like to go outside and garden. You like to pull weeds. You like to plant flowers. That's not really considered some people's definition of exercise, like people who go to the gym and sweat it out and they lift the weights and they do the cardio on the treadmills or get on the stationary bike. But it's still movement nonetheless. And if it's movement that you love, that is perfect. So do movement that you actually love. For me, I like to get out daily and take a walk outside. I love to be outside, taking a walk, looking at the trees, looking at the flowers, looking at the grass. I love to see, as the seasons change, how the trees change. I love being just out. Sometimes I get a little rain on me if I don't get back in the house before the rain falls. I've been out in the snow a little bit. And then, of course, my most favorite is when the sun is shining and the temperature's not too hot, not too cold, and the winds are blowing. But I love that, and it helps to take care of me. It helps to fill up my cup. What is that thing for you? Is it going fishing? Is it going outside, messing around with your car? What is that thing for you? Maybe it is going to the gym and sweating it out, because I do like to go lift weights as well. And I also like yoga. So what is that movement for you? Start doing that to pour back into yourself and take care of you. Another thing I would say when it comes down to taking care of you is, what are you eating? What are you giving yourself nutrition? Are you really feeding your body so that you feel at your optimum and your best? Or are you actually eating foods that are super unhealthy for you, or just putting food in your mouth just because it's there? Are you actually enjoying the food that you are eating? When you finish eating, do you want to take a nap? Or do you feel energized, like you can go run a marathon? So give yourself nutrition. Remember, everything is energy. Food is energy. We are energy. Our bodies are energy. So put really good energy into your body so that you feel really good. One change that I made recently is I've been drinking a nutritional shake in the morning, and it just does my body good, and I like the taste of it. It's wonderful. And when I finished drinking that, even if I was feeling kind of sluggish when I got up, I feel great. And right after I drink my shake, I'm off to take care of the plants around the house, and then out to walk the dog. And then if he wants to come back early, I'm out even walking even longer just on my own, so that I'm making sure that I fill my cup first. So take care of you. Find those foods that feel really good for your body and eat those. And then I would also say, I think this is point number 4, release what no longer serves you. That is so huge. That's been a big message for me. It was a big message for me, particularly about a year ago, and it was a message for me for many, many months, is to release, release, release. And every day in meditation, I ask God, what should I release? What and who should I release out of my life that is just not in alignment anymore? It doesn't make that thing or that person bad or that situation bad necessarily. It's just it's no longer in alignment with you. What do you need to release? Because sometimes we really carry stuff as human beings. We really have a tough time, generally speaking, letting things go. But all that stuff just weighs us down. Look around your house. Is your house cluttered? Do you have a bunch of stuff that you don't even use? It may not even be cluttered, but do you have a bunch of stuff you don't even use? All of that stuff, everything we have is energy. And if you don't need it, why have it? Let it go. Release it. Try it. You'll start to feel better even internally. It's a most awesome thing when you start to let go of what you no longer need, even if it's clothes or shoes. I know if I go in and I start to release things out of my closet, periodically I go through this cleanse where if I didn't wear it in the last year, or if I just am feeling some type of way about it, I don't really like it, it goes. And I swear it feels like there's just this, however much that bag of clothes or bags of clothes and shoes weigh, it just feels like that much has been released out of my spirit, because everything is energy. And if we're holding on to things, we have things we don't need, all of that just serves to weigh us down. And sometimes it's not even in the form, that type of form. Maybe it's an obligation that you have, or even a committee that you're on. Start looking at your calendar. Where are you spending your time? And ask yourself, are you betraying yourself by where you're spending your time? Is your time helping to take care of you? Is it pouring into you? Is whatever you're doing, when you leave it, do you feel good or do you feel drained? And like you need to go home and take a nap or go to the bar and get a drink. Where are you spending your time and what are you doing? Is it taking care of your passion, your purpose, your dreams? Is it supporting that? If it's not, you really want to evaluate why then are you doing it, and decide if you're going to continue to keep that in your life. If not, go ahead and let those things go, and then see how you begin to feel better and you feel more of a sense of relief in your life and feel lighter, like you are taking care of yourself even more. And then I would say from there, you've taken care of your body because you're moving, you're feeding it good nutrition, you're releasing things out of your life, you're figuring out what you love again, you're getting out doing things that you love again. And finally, just think generally speaking, what else is it that you can do to take care of you, to make sure you're filling up your cup so that you do have something to hand out and give out to others? Should you do something like, even if you're a man, do you want to go get your nails done? Do you want to go get your feet done? Is it a massage? Treat yourself. And it doesn't even have to be a treat. It can just be part of your natural routine to take care of yourself. If you're a person, you work out a lot or you move a lot, maybe you get into your garden, going to get a massage, going to get your feet done, getting your nails done. You might not be able to wear polish though if you're a gardener, but getting all those things done can also help rejuvenate your body, because sometimes you get sore, you get achy, you get stiff out in the yard or out at the gym. Go and do those things to loosen those muscles up and help the body feel better. Bottom line is, find those things that make you feel good, that help you to feel good. I know when I go, lately my thing has been getting manicures and pedicures. I'm also seriously thinking about getting having a massage appointment here soon, because I've done a lot of gardening recently, and my muscles are still just a little bit sore still. But do whatever that is to pour into you to take care of you. Now, some of you may be thinking, she's talking all this about taking care of me, and isn't that so selfish? I mean, I need to do for my children, I need to do for my church, or I need to do for my home, my spouse, my mom, my dad, my students, my coworkers, my clients. And yes, you do need to do for them. That's exactly why I have this video about taking care of you. Because once you fill up and you start doing those things that you love and to take care of you, and you feel good, guess what? All of those people that you take care of are going to benefit greatly from it, because they're going to see you in a much better light, because you're going to feel better. You're going to have way more to give, and then you will be given from a full cup, and likely given more from love and faith versus fear and obligation. And again, the way those things feel and the way they receive it will be much, much different. I know since I've made the changes that I have in my life, the people who I care for, the people who I serve, they have benefited greatly from it. So my clients, my children, my pet even, and also my husband loves it because I am a much, much better Dr. TJ Dixon to all of them when I fill up and take care of me first. So that's my message for today. It's about taking care of you. And by doing that, you will begin to create your best life. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below. One of the things with YouTube is the more subscriptions you have, the more they unlock special perks for people who have YouTube channels. I would like to have my channel customized so that it's easier for people to find me. But until I get 100 subscribers, YouTube will not allow me to customize it. So if you're watching this video, you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below so I can get to that 100. For the 40 subscribers that I have, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And if you would like to know more about my services and products that I offer to help you live your best life, please check out my website at www.drtjdixon.com, and may you live your best life.